Welcome back to episode 9. Make sure I had all 9 fingers up. Of the VIP Social Club. Thank you. My name is Brew, and this is your lovely and talented co-host,
Mochahannes. What's good?
And that's 2 words, y'all. So when you look for her on Facebook, please friend her, because she puts some stuff out during the week when she responds, and it's hilarious. So make sure you get into that. Follow us on social media. Like and subscribe, because we're getting ready to, we've been talking to some sponsors, so we can start giving away some stuff during the week. But the only way you're going to win is if you're subscribed to our channel.
And I like free stuff.
Yes, me too. And if you like free stuff that's actually good, because we're not going to give away something we wouldn't want. You best believe that. So please like and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram at Official VIP Social Club. Also on our Facebook page, Official VIP Social Club. Get with us. Friend us on there, because we're going to give away stuff on there and on YouTube. So have 2 ways to win.
Mm-hmm.
How was your week, man?
It's been good.
Oh, wow. It's been good. Okay, we're going to go with that. All right, well, then my week must have been good if your week is good, because I'm living in the glory of your shadow.
Aww.
We got an Ask Brew or Ask Mochahannes section coming up. We got a great Raising the Bar section. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just going to be a great show. Stick with us. We'll be right back on the other side of this with the Welcome back to the VIP Social Club. It's time for Bread of Heaven.
Okay.
Today we're talking about how God causes everything to happen for the good of those who love God. Now, this is interesting because you'll find people who say, well, God took my baby in the middle of the night. God called my baby home. So how does God really love me if God called my baby home? Or if you have someone who goes to church and, you know, they might be out in the streets and God lets them get killed. Now, this is kind of personal, but I really thought about what was said when it happened. In 2010, my wife's baby brother was killed. And that night, it just happened to be, I don't know if they went over there, they just happened to be over at our pastor's house when we found out. And the pastor's wife quoted Paul, the Apostle Paul, when he says, God will destroy the body to preserve the soul. And it's kind of hard to wrap your brain around that God would allow somebody to get killed. How is that helping this person? Well, God knows our hearts. He knows who's saved. He knows who's not. And if you are on your way to doing something that is leading you to destruction physically, but also could lead others to destruction who are watching you, God will call you home to preserve what he has sealed in you and what he has done that work in other people. So it hurts us on this side, but it's also a lesson for us to understand that God is a all-powerful God. And if we're not following what he wants us to do, or if we're on a certain path that he hasn't carved out for us, but we've accepted him, in order for, it's almost like a mercy. So he doesn't let us get are just desserts on this side completely. He'll call us home. And it may not be in the fashion that we like as far as the person who's going home, but God's ways are not our ways. His plan is much bigger than our thought. So it's going to hurt us on this side, but those of us who have accepted him, eventually he'll use that as a tool that we can learn and use our painful experience to help others.
Well, I hear what you're saying right now. And you say when somebody's going down a path of destruction, he'll like take them out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why is there so many people still left here that doing some ratchet, off the chain, just like are mean, despicable people, and they're still walking around here?
Because the world takes care of itself. If they have not accepted him and honest and earnest, he'll let them stay here to deal with the world. Because when they die, it's going to be worse anyway. Let me try to break it down another way, and I'll make this quick. Adam and Eve, God gave them a commandment not to eat from the tree of good and evil, the knowledge of good and evil. They ate, and he also had the tree of life in the garden as well. Meaning if you ate from the tree of life, you would never die. So, fortunately for them, they ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil before they ate from the tree of life. Because God commanded them not to eat from the tree of good and evil, he says, for the day you shall eat, you shall surely die. Now, he removed them from the Garden of Eden before they could eat from the tree of life as mercy. Because if they had eaten from the tree of life, they would have lived forever as their body continued to deteriorate, as their soul continued to deteriorate.
Okay.
So that is way worse than being called home. Way worse.
And whose eyes though?
You think about an AIDS patient or a cancer patient.
Okay.
You think about them sitting there and how much pain they're in.
Gotcha.
Now, this pain will never end if you don't die.
Gotcha.
So if you continue to deteriorate, but there's always going to be life in your body, eventually it's going to become a torture.
Okay.
So instead of him letting us live through all this torture terminally, continually, he puts an end date on it. He calls us home.
I was about to say something, but this is a serious moment right now.
Yes. So we'll be right back on the other side of this. We're not going to tell them what segment it is.
Nope.
We want you to stay tuned, all right? This is the VIP Social Club with Mochahannes and Brew. Welcome back to Story Time with Uncle Brew.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's not as harsh as you said the last one was.
I like the last story.
Okay, the puppies?
Yeah.
Okay. This one is about the slapping robot.
Oh, snap.
So, technology can work for you or it can work against you, but it's always revealing. So we have this family, won't mention their name, but we have this family. They got this robot that is a lie detector.
Oh.
So if you lie, the robot slaps you. That's how you know that the person lied. So mom and dad are sitting in the house and they're reading the instructions. They have put this together. And the son comes home. And the son says, they say, well, hey, how was your day? He says, oh, it was great. I went to the library. And the robot rolled over and slapped the son. So they said, the son's like, what's going on? I said, the robot is a lie detector. If you lie, it slaps you. So he says, oh my God, okay, I was over at my friend's house. Robot looked at it, rolled back. He said, we were studying. Robot rolled over, slapped him again. He said, oh my goodness, okay, we were watching pornography. Robot rolled away. So the dad laughs and the mom laughs, and the mom says, at least we know he's your son, and the robot slapped mom. We'll be right back on the other side of this with more VIP Social Club.
You got to get them DNA tests, ladies.
This is I'm telling you.
No.
This is gonna be interesting. Hey, welcome back to the VIP Social Club. This is the In the Lounge segment.
Mm-hmm.
This week, the subject of the In the Lounge segment is who owns you.
Nobody don't own me.
Nobody claims you, but somebody owns you.
Shade?
Love you.
Dang.
I love you.
That don't sound like love.
It is.
Mm.
Anyways, so what we found in doing research, we're going to start off by dealing with your birth certificate.
Okay.
There was a time when you didn't have to have birth certificates in this country.
I know I heard that they used to write the births in the Bible cover, and they went by that, huh?
It's a record of birth. That's all you really need. Now, a lot of establishments, my wife works in the school system, and she would tell you they will take a birth certificate. That's what they want. But legally, lawyers have challenged that if you need to just supply a record of birth, which would be what you would get from the hospital that shows proof that you were born, other than a birth certificate. Why don't you want to sign a birth certificate? Because in reality, you're signing the rights of your child away to the court. You're telling the court, however you deem fit to preside over my child, I give up my rights to challenge you. And that's pretty much what you're doing. You can always get a lawyer and challenge people and challenge the court if they decide to remove the child from your home because they see that you're unfit. Or if multiple things can happen where they can come in and take over your household, remove the children, and you got to fight like heck to get those children back and prove that they were wrong about you in the first place. But we're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty.
Wait, back up. So you saying the birth certificate, with me signing this, is just like a legal document basically saying that?
It's twofold. You're signing your rights away, giving jurisdiction to the courts that they can decide what happens to your children. Now, there are two things that do this. We're dealing with a birth certificate. Then when you have a marriage certificate, that's the second piece of documentation that gives rights to the courts to decide what happens to your home, your children, and now what happens to you and your spouse. Because legally, you don't have to have a marriage certificate. All you have to do, if you want to assume your husband's name, if you're married in the eyes of God, and that's the perspective I'm using. I'm not using the business arrangement because marriage was designed for the saved, not the unsaved. And you can challenge me if you want, but that's the first commandment God set with Adam and Eve. But
so
when we're talking business-wise, go ahead.
So you saying that technically you really don't need a marriage certificate to just say I'm married.
You don't. You can have. You
so
can
when
change your
people are
last
saying
name.
you had a baby out of wedlock, you shacking up in sin, so I can just like we're married in my mind.
No, there's a lot of things going on in your mind, but when I say married, if you have a ceremony and you commit your lives one to another in the eyes of God, in His eyes, you're married.
Okay.
Now, when you start talking about the court documentation, now you're talking about a business relationship. So at that point, you are, if you want to avoid the marriage certificate, just go have your name changed. Assume their last name if that's what you want. Set things up in a will. Have documentation set that decides how your affairs are going to be taken care of.
But just because I changed my name, I can't get his Social Security.
You can actually that has been proven wrong in the state of New York.
We in Florida.
So I'm saying, but this is Social Security is a nationwide thing. Okay. It's not like Medicaid that's run by the states individually.
We're going to have to talk some more about this about these kids.
No worries. So when we talk about your birth certificate, a child's birth certificate, I said I wasn't going to deal with it, and I probably shouldn't, but I want you to look into this issue. Look in to see if the number that's on your child's birth certificate shows up on the New York Stock Exchange. That's all I'll say. If it does, then you'll understand that somebody already owns your child.
Well, they need to give me my money for him or something.
We'll be right back on the other side of this with more VIP Social Club. I'm hoping you guys comment and tell us how you feel about this, because we'll probably touch on this later and get a little more in depth in another segment later in the future. All right, we'll be right back on the other side of this with more VIP Social Club.
I'm getting my comments in right now.
Cut.
I've been waiting for this. Welcome back to the VIP Social Club. This is Ask Mocha Hunters. So, last time we had these envelopes and she got to pick the envelopes and it looked nice. But this time we want to get down to the nitty gritty. So, whenever I ask her a question, we're going to get the first thing, and I know people have asked if we get the second thing that comes to her mind, but we want the first thing that comes to her mind.
Okay.
All right?
Don't be playing today now.
Oh, I'm not playing. I'm serious.
Okay.
All right? So you ready for this?
I think so.
We're going to try to get through 5 questions.
Okay.
We're going to try to get through 5 questions.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Okay. If this was your last day on Earth and you could pick one man to be with, who would it be?
That man off of Why Did I Get Married? That Sheila ended up with after her man cheated on her.
Troy?
Yes.
The fire? The Ranger?
That
Okay.
is a nice hunk of something
Thought
right
you were going to
there.
say the person you with now. But we're going to go with, I know. Yeah. So, question number 2.
Okay.
Question number 2.
Mm-hmm.
If your mom, your son, or your best friend were trapped in a house and the house caught on fire, who would you run in to save first?
My mama.
Question number 3.
Because I love my mama.
My poor son. Question number 3. If you could have any job in the world that you want, write your own salary, and you would have to start tomorrow, what job would it be?
The Grim Reaper.
Question number 4.
Because I know a couple of people. I just walk up out of the studio right now and just go to tapping on some doors right
You
about
probably
now.
tap me on the
No,
way
I
out of
won't
the
tap
studio.
you.
Oh,
I'll
thank
keep you.
Okay. Question number 4. What is your favorite dessert?
Chocolate cake with fudge icing. Not ganache, but real fudge icing. Ganache is gross.
If God came to you right now, question number 5.
Didn't I
God came
tell
to you,
you?
yes you did, but I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to you. If God came to you right now and said, whatever you decide to do, now think this one out,
Okay.
whatever you decide to do to the current president, I will carry out. What would it be?
I'll take his ass to Jamaica and sit him in the middle of the road and let them put some curry sauce on his ass and cook him and feed him to some goats.
We're going to have to do another question number
No.
5 because this thing just went real morbid.
What?
Okay, last question because we actually have a minute. Last question.
That was 5, wasn't it?
That was 5.
Okay.
We're on 6. We're gonna go bonus
Okay.
in case that 5 doesn't make the cut.
I can't say nothing too rude. They might come looking for me.
That wasn't 2.
No.
Okay. Question number 6. If you could be anybody else in the world right now, who would it be?
Me.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. That was Ask Mochahantas. If you want us to ask Mochahantas some certain questions, just hit me up. DM me on
That was not part of the plan. Nobody
DM
else
me-
asking me questions.
DM me on Instagram at Got Brew. And if you want Mochahantas to ask me some certain questions when that time comes up, get with her on Facebook at Mochahantas or on Instagram at Mochahantas813 and DM her and say, look, we want to know this about Brew.
And by the time you do that, we'll have some curry trump for you.
While we still have a show, we're going to be right back on the other side of this. Please come back to the VIP Social Club. was so silly. Welcome back to the STD of the week. We did not find her name, but we will show you a little piece of the video. Matter of fact, we're going to go to a piece of the video right now, and we'll be right back to discuss. And you'll know by then why she's the STD of the week.
Yeah.
I am HIV positive. Roy D. Roger Elliott, you HIV positive. Jed Ferguson, you HIV positive. DeMonte Ballard, you HIV positive.
Okay. Now, your girl was walking around what looked like a cell phone
And a do-rag
and
on her
a
head.
shower cap or do-rag on her head, talking about all these people she has given HIV to, and even some of her girlfriends who messed around. She messed with their boyfriends so they would get it. This is sick.
It's beyond sick. She's ignorant. And I wouldn't even want to be her baby daddy at this moment right here. I'll run and dig a hole and stick my head in it.
You know, we were looking at another story where the guy got arrested in Texas for he was messing around with this girl on the side, and they were having sex, and she told him that she had HIV, and he killed her. And the news reporter who brought the story out was saying that it was horrible, it was premeditated, he should be put to death for doing this. But then you see this bright ball of sunshine walking around talking about all the people she slept with and giving HIV to, and talking about, y'all know I'm mean, y'all know I don't care, da 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 da.
And
Really?
To me, I'm just saying, if I was one of those jurors on there, they'll have a hung jury, because I can't see it. I could see how that would happen. You're bragging about killing me.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
No, I don't think it would make it to trial.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at social media and I realize, first of all, I'm not going to mess around. But if I was stupid enough to mess around, now not only did you put a death sentence on my life, but you put a death sentence on my wife's life.
No, really, that was still you.
That was still me.
Yeah.
And if, say, my daughter was exposed to an open wound or a cut, and because of my stupidity for messing with you, now my family's doomed.
It's hard for me to believe people still be cheating, though. It's like all of the stuff you see. I'm just saying, with all of the stuff that's still here, why?
Because life isn't worth anything. I mean, think about it. The media is, social media, the terrestrial media is pushing you towards infidelity, breaking down the sanctity
All
of the
the
house.
websites where you can go cheat on the side.
Tinder. I won't mention the person's name. I would never put him out there, but we work with somebody who is married on Tinder. How do I know? Because they said it.
What's their first and last initial?
Nope. I would never do that. But they said it openly. They're on Tinder, but then they tried to clean it up and say, well, you know, just looking to see what things are out there. I bet
He
you are.
ratchet.
So you always assume it's a he. This time
You
you're
said
wrong.
he, right?
No, I did not.
Oh, my bad. She
I
ratchet.
did not. So I won't go into that. But I do believe in this situation, if you openly give somebody an STD, you should be sentenced to time or to death based on the severity of that STD. And I'm going to say this, and I don't care if he don't like it. Come see me about it. Usher was going around giving women herpes, knowingly. Usher should have gone to prison. R. Kelly, giving women herpes.
Pump your brakes.
Herpes.
Pump your brakes. I already told you that.
Should have gone to prison. I don't care. I told you I didn't listen to you.
You ain't talking
I don't listen
about
to you.
R. Kelly in front of me.
Turn around. If you have this much disregard for human life, we should have that much disregard for your life. Right? Right or wrong?
You right.
I'm going to let you finish the segment.
And all I'm saying is, normally when people do stupid stuff to you, you say, let me take them in a room like 5 minutes. But we'll pass on that.
Who normally says this?
A lot of people.
But you are the one that said if the dude had drugs in his butt, you would have pistol whipped him.
Yes, sir.
So I forgot about that. So yeah.
But I don't want to fight the person that gave me it. Well, if they already done gave it to me, then it's going down.
Oh, yeah, it's going down.
It's going down.
I'm going to hang my foot deep.
Yes.
Thank you. Wow.
We're gonna be on the episode of Buried in the Backyard,
Is that a real show?
a real show.
We'll be right back on the other side. Whew, on the VIP Social Club. Buried in the Backyard.
I watch it faithfully every week.
Steroids.
And they had people in Fort Myers on there too, in Naples.
I believe it.
In Naples.
We'll be back. Welcome back to the VIP Social Club. This is our favorite segment, Raising the Bar. Yes, sir. All right. What's the name of this drink?
Flish Flash.
I was taking a bath. Okay. Flish Flash.
Yes.
All right. Flish Flash calls for some apricot brandy, some vodka, some lemon juice, and some lemonade. So I'm going to move these out the way because we build this in the glass, and Mochahannes was so lovely to bring some. What are these? Are these high? These aren't highball, are they?
Yes.
Highball glasses, and filled them with ice. So let me hurry up and make this before the ice melts, because that's not what we want. All righty then. Ooh, it's cold too. Ooh, is it a new bottle? Okay. So we have 1 part vodka, and we're gonna make sure we don't spill it because we don't waste alcohol in this family. 1 part vodka.
It looks like we're going to drink enough of these and we're going to be messing up the name of this drink, huh?
Well, you know what?
If you say it fast right now, you'll mess it up a couple
I think
times.
they probably named it after they
Flash,
drank
flish,
it.
flash.
Yeah.
Say it 3 times anyway.
Flish, flash.
No, that's not. Flish.
Flish flash, flish flash, flish flash.
Ooh.
Yeah, they named it after they
Yeah.
drank it, so yeah. That's how he got his name. It's like Quasi and I went to a bowl game one time when Ohio State was playing, and they had a quarterback named Steve Belisari, and I said Belisari is the only name you can pronounce when you're drunk.
And we were drunk.
Belisari. Yes, that was an ugly day. I ain't gonna lie. All right, 1/2 part of the apricot brandy, which this stuff is amazing. First time I ever had brandy was in fruitcake, and it was brandy with fruitcake instead of fruitcake with brandy.
One of those rum cakes.
Yes, ma'am. My grandfather used to soak my aunt's fruitcake with brandy. He didn't really use rum. Look at that. I'm not gonna waste none.
Nope.
All right. So we got that, and then we use a 1/2 part lemon juice. So you notice I did 2 ounces of the alcohol of the vodka, 1 ounce of the brandy, and I'm using 1 ounce of the lemon juice. Yeah, I don't like these. You got to squeeze them because I always mess up, but that's okay. It just takes a little bit longer because I'm not trying to wear this. I don't think she'll mind if I put a little less lemon juice than liquor.
Nope, not at all. You practicing saying flish flash after you take a
Flish
couple
flash,
of sips?
flish flash,
Couple
flish
of
flash,
sips.
flish
Look, you
flash.
got me being tongue-tied already just talking about it.
I'm telling you, it was a drunk person that came up with the name of this.
Probably.
It had to be. All right, so now, once we get that settled, that looks good. All right, now we just top it off with lemon juice. I didn't know they made lemon juice. I mean, lemonade, rather. I didn't know they made lemonade. So, one.
And we're going to garnish it right
And we're
this.
garnishing it with a lemon
And a lime.
and a lime. What?
Mhm. Actually, it's an orange and a lime.
Or orange, I didn't see. Okay, orange and a lime.
There you go.
Which the more you drink of it, the more the oils will come out of the peel, and it should be fantabulous. So we're gonna stir it, because you built it in the glass. You don't really have to, but it's a good thing.
You go first.
This is the Flish Flash. Oh, I want to take my jacket off. Yes. Yes. Okay, well, we know she likes it. We're going to go into the wrap up. It's a good drink.
Yeah, you did good.
Thank you. Whew. I like this. Flish Flash. My wife would like this because it's not strong.
I
it's
taste
got a little,
brandy.
You got a little heat from the brandy on the back of your tongue.
Might want to make you name your kid Brandy after the drinks.
All right, so we had a good show this week. We hope you all enjoyed it as well. Again, follow us on social media. You can find me at Got Brew on Instagram, and we'll put Mochahontas
And Facebook.
on Facebook. But you can also get with her at Mochahontas813. But she would rather you get with her on Facebook because she's really outrageous on Facebook, and she's hilarious. Come back next week. We're gonna have a really good show for you as well. Great job. And you know what? As we always say as we leave, love each other. Because there's not enough of that in this world today. But we always say, cheers. Oh,
Salute.
salud.